Good morning, students. This is a video number 2 of our digestive assessment. Again, this is like super simplified. I know it might not seem like that right now, but we'll go over everything and look at the information. So the first video was the person's presenting issues, and this video is now looking at her 24-hour diet snapshot. So I'm just reviewing from the document that goes with the first video. This is a 67-year-old woman, Euro-American, and in the past diagnosed with irritable bowel syndrome, complaining that in the past month feeling constipated, bloated, poops are small, hard, dark colored rocks, which she has to work to eliminate about every 4 days, and working in the garden a lot in the very hot weather and not drinking enough water. And she also feels her belly is kind of big and squishy, like she eats something and it doesn't go anywhere, it just kind of sits there. So now we're going to look at the 24-hour diet snapshot document, and I will post a link for that. So what we're doing is we're tallying up some of the qualities that we're estimating from what she's describing and what we're observing. And right now we're just doing the describing part, not the physical observation part too much. She is a dosha evaluation of Vata 10, Pitta 4, Kapha 3. So if you'll remember, being very Vata dominant, she's going to be dry, 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 and probably cold, but we'll get to that. Craves coffee, lately craving anything sweet, chocolate and unsweetened soda water, pastries, loves salsa and tart tangy sauces. So rather than, spend an hour picking that apart, let's look at her. She does not like salty stuff or large amounts of any kind of meat. She likes yogurt, tart and tangy things, but other things like darker cheeses cause belly bloating and gas. And appetite is generally good, but if busy, can go most of the day without taking time to eat or drink, which is the classic Vata thing. So another key issue is that she, down at the bottom of the assessment, prefer hot or cold drinks or foods. Generally will drink hot coffee throughout the year regardless of weather, but also prefers room temperature soda water. And so the big picture on this is the key thing to pick out there is she is relying on coffee for the heat of to keep her going. So she's having a real some issues of digestive coldness and deficiency before you even know anything else. She's not drinking enough water, not getting anything here. You could say wet in terms of that feeling of heaviness in the abdomen, so we could give her 1 for that. She loves tart and tangy things, and so we're gonna put in here Ama and Agni, just so we can talk about that later. But this is a picture of decreased digestive fire and some increase in inability to clear wastes, both literally and energetically. And so again, not to spend too much time because we can look at this document and talk about the details, But when you do the 24-hour assessment, you can keep it simple. Rather than go immediately for all the vitamins and minerals and everything, start with water, carbohydrates, fats, protein, digestible fiber, and those are the big items to look at before you get into the details about what secondary metabolites people need. For if you look at on the document, she has way too much processed wheat flour products, pastries, muffins, bread. When she's tired in the afternoon, she has some more bread, and her main diet seems to be bread products and coffee. And a few veggies and a little bit of protein in there. So in general, let's give her another deficient in protein, in healthy carbohydrates. She's too much of the sugars, and we're going to give her one of these because her diet is very goopy, literally, and not very moving or cleansing. So what we have here is a person with an underlying issue of a very sticky, heavy, waste product producing diet, a low digestive fire, a tendency to be dry constitutionally, who then goes out and works in the garden and spaces out and forgets to drink and eat. So just telling her to drink more water is not going to fix what's going on. So we'll talk more in the next video. We'll talk about how to incorporate all this information and start brainstorming about foods and drinks and herbs that will help her feel better. See you next time.